Alright guys, our idea is basically, our film titles, we should start with film titles. Our film titles were The Puppets, The Cheetah, and what was the last one?
The Comeback.
The Comeback, which I think is the one that we're using. And basically our film is about, it's about two people that are in a relationship, and basically they, the woman dies through like a mysterious car crash. And basically there's a mistress or another woman that he then ends up being with. And throughout the film, he then is with the new woman, or the mistress as we like to call it. And then the past woman that died from a car crash then hypnotizes, or her spirit kind of takes over the previous woman, or the mistress. And then now throughout the film, the woman that he was currently was with in the past is now making her do weird and mysterious things to the now new man that the new partnership that is currently in. And then towards the end, he dies. I think
he gets killed by the possessed mistress.
Yeah.
The mistress also goes to, does a range of killings to everybody who's done wrong by her, and that's where a detective gets involved. And so he tries to solve the murder. At the end of the film, the possessed mistress has been arrested, but then the spirit leaves her body, leaving the mistress, and then she thinks she's crazy because she's done all these things. Yeah, so she's gone kind of psycho. The beginning of the open sequence would be the murder of the guy. So yeah, then in the middle we're gonna have the titles, but we're gonna show the different killings, but we're also going to show an object and a riddle left on each body to show to help get to the next to continue to the next murder. It's kind of weird, but yeah. And then after that we're going to show back to normality, and then say 6 months before, so how the lead up from the woman to then she was killed to then the possession, then the detective, and so on and so forth.
Damaris.
Yeah, it sounds really good, but with the opening sequence, yeah, it's how are you gonna get? It's not how you're gonna get all the bodies, but how are you gonna put all of that in the 2 minutes plus the credits being cut out in the middle?
Okay, so something to think about in terms of timings. Yeah. Okay. Jamie, and then Rida, and then Martina.
How do you intend to make it clear the new mistress is trying to take over the previous woman's role? Because are you gonna show the car crash in the open sequence? Because otherwise the audience won't know how she died or what her role is anyway.
Are we going to talk?
No, you can. Do you want an answer? Have you got an answer, or are you going to wait? Yeah.
Basically, I think it's more we're showing the beginning of the sequence, but throughout the rest of the film, it's going back. So then it's going to explain those kind of things that happen. Do you know what I mean? So then, yeah, it won't be included in. Yeah, it won't really be included in.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's a bit complicated, but I think it's a good idea. My only issue is that if she's doing really weird things, wouldn't the guy want to run away from her? Because if someone's doing weird stuff to me, I wouldn't want to be around them. So wouldn't he want to, leave her alone, or how did they get from them being together and her doing weird things to him being killed?
You see, we did think about that concept as well. That makes sense. Why would someone want to stay with someone? But then we related it to recent things, and helped really from our audience research as well. But we related it to kind of Coronation Street and kind of situations that we see and that people really can relate to. The Coronation Street is a big film. It's a big soap really. So then we kind of looked at that, and there's some, I can't remember what exactly the relationship between the two characters. Who are the two characters in the relationship? But basically, the woman is kind of abusing the man in that relationship. And we're kind of and he still stays with her, so we're referencing certain things and taking piece and piece out of that, and that's why we came up with that concept and the things, and we still believe it will work.
I forgot what I was going to ask.
Okay, so does anyone have any feedback that they can go away and maybe think about? So we had to think about the amount of things they're trying to put in, but anyone got any feedback about what they can think about to help them develop their idea? Jamie?
I think they just that's a good idea. I think it can work. I just think they need to make it clear on which storylines they're actually going to use, because it's like, it seems to me like there's two different storylines, like one where the mistress is trying to take over this previous woman's role, and then like a whole new storyline, her like leading on a mystery, killing a load of new people. So I'm just wondering how like it's all going to fit into 2 minutes 30, and how they're all going to like include all the killing. Will it just be like an opening sequence of people killing each other?
I also think you need to have like I wouldn't say a rethink, because you probably are so sad, but with your titles, because I think you said the puppets and...
Yeah.
That was the audience research.
That was the audience research you just referenced to that, but we've made our decision. It's called the
What's
comeback.
your decision? The comeback?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Stay that in the video.
Okay.
So you can show.
Okay, alright. Any other feedback that this group can think about? Alright, well done.